Hello and welcome back to my channel Psychology Hub. So today we're going to continue studying psychology of standard 12. So the first chapter which we were studying is psychology a scientific discipline. तो देखते हैं आज हमारे इस चैप्टर का टॉपिक क्या है. Challenges in establishing psychology as a science. So as we all know कि साइकोलॉजी शुरू से एक साइंस नहीं था, बाद में जाकर हमने उसे एक साइंस कंसिडर किया है. So let us read about it first. Although psychology is considered to be a scientific discipline, it has many controversies. Controversies and criticisms of psychology has been made on theoretical, practical, ethical, and philosophical grounds. So psychology is not was not always a science. बाद में जाकर वो एक scientific discipline बना. पर जैसा कि हम जानते हैं, अगर कोई साइंटिस्ट एक नया थ्योरी लेकर आएगा तो बाकी साइंटिस्ट उसको ये साबित करने की कोशिश करेंगे कि उसका थ्योरी गलत है या उसका थ्योरी बेटर नहीं है उसके थ्योरी से. सो वैसे ही जब साइकोलॉजी को हमने साइंस कंसिडर किया, सो तब से लेकर आज तक हमेशा से बहुत सारे साइंटिस्ट के बीच में ये रहता है कि साइकोलॉजी इज नॉट अ साइंस, इट्स नॉट अ प्रॉपर साइंस और इट डज नॉट हैव अ साइंटिफिक डिसिप्लिन. सो इसलिए इट हैज मेनी कॉन्ट्रोवर्सीज और काफी क्रिटिसिज्म सहा है साइकोलॉजी ने. एंड यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है कि किस बेसिस पे, थियोरेटिकल बेसिस पे, प्रैक्टिकल बेसिस पे, एथिकल बेसिस पे और फिलोसफिकल बेसिस पे. आपको ये सारे बेसिस यानी ये ग्राउंड्स याद रखने हैं. एंड देन the following controversies and criticisms are the challenges in establishing psychology as a science. So let us see what are the criticisms and controversies that we are facing while establishing psychology as a science. So जैसा कि हर टाइम हम आपके लिए एक ट्रिक बनाते हैं, दिस टाइम द ट्रिक इज PIO. आप उसको OPI याद कर सकते हो, IPO याद कर सकते हो, whatever you feel, so whatever is convenient for you. Okay, so P stands for psychology in a pre-paradigmatic state. I stands for issues related to objectivity and validity. Another I stands for issues related to predictability and replicability. And O stands for objectifying humans. So ये वो चार challenges है जो psychology has been facing while being established as a science. Okay, so let us see the P, that is psychology in a pre-paradigmatic state, with a bit more clear understanding. So P, that is psychology in pre-paradigmatic state. First of all, you'll need to know what paradigmatic means. Paradigmatic means in simple terms scientific. So psychology in pre-scientific state, यानी कि scientific state से पहले. Okay, or you could say the very first step of the science being a scientific state. So let us first read about it. In contrast to mature and natural science such as physics and chemistry, psychology is younger and a social science. Though psychology is considered as a science, according to a philosopher named Thomas Kuhn, psychology is still in a pre-paradigmatic state. So as we all know, there are two types of science. One is natural science and one is social science. So natural science consists of physics, chemistry, biology, whereas social science consists of subjects like psychology. So here it is stated that in contrast, or you could say in comparison to the natural science, that is physics and chemistry, psychology is a much younger science. क्योंकि जो physics chemistry जैसे subjects है in science, they are very 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 old, you could say. वो काफी पहले से चले आ रहे हैं, तो उसके सामने psychology is very young because psychology अभी अभी science consider हुआ है. So it's very young in front of those science. This is one point put forward by the scientists, again psychology being a science. So one philosopher named Thomas Kuhn, उन्होंने कहा कि psychology is still in a pre-paradigmatic state, यानी कि psychology अभी भी काफी पीछे है being scientific state, pre-paradigmatic state, that is pre-scientific state. Okay, so this was a thing which was put forward by this philosopher. Let us read forward. Psychology has not succeeded yet in producing a cumulative body of knowledge that has a clear conceptual core that is consequently agreed upon by experts in psychology. So here you need to first know what cumulative body of knowledge means. Okay, cumulative knowledge is basically that type of knowledge which helps you in long term, जो आपको आगे जाकर भी काम आए, यानी आगे जाकर भी आपके मेमोरी को एनहांस करे। जैसे अगर हम टेबल्स पढ़ते हैं तो वो आगे जाके हमारे काम आता है, राइट? और या फिर आगे जाके उसका कोई यूज होगा, या आगे जाकर आप कह सकते हो कि वो चेंज नहीं होगा। ओके, अगर आपने पहले पढ़ा है 2 2s are 4, so in future that 2 2s are 4 is not going to change. It doesn't going to become 2 2s are 6. 2 2s is going to always be 4, right? So many philosophers and scientists have put forward this point that psychology के पास कोई cumulative body of knowledge नहीं है, ऐसा कोई knowledge नहीं है जो आगे जाकर change ना हो, it's gonna be the same. Okay, and they agreed upon or they could agree upon. दूसरा point यहाँ पे दिया है, have a clear conceptual core. Conceptual core यानी कि एक perfect theory नहीं है psychology के पास. So let us take an example. Chemistry का example लेते हैं या फिर physics का example लेते हैं. Let's take an example of physics. In physics, you all know that there is a formula or a theory called E is equal to mc squared. Okay, that means energy equals to mass times the speed of light squared. Okay, so this theory, this formula that is E is equal to mc squared is not going to change in the future, right? This theory or this formula is going to be the same till the death of your life, right? So this is what scientists are arguing about कि हम जैसे फिजिक्स में एक ये थ्योरी पे अग्री कर सकते हैं हम सबके सब की, हाँ हम सब मिलके मान सकते हैं कि E is equal to mc square, वैसा कोई साइकोलॉजी में कोई थ्योरी नहीं है, कोई कंसेप्ट नहीं है जिसपे सब मिलकर एक साथ अग्री कर सके, सबका अलग अलग पर्सपेक्टिव है. ओके, सो दिस इज व्हाट साइकोलॉजी इन प्री पैराडिग्मेटिक स्टेट is talking about. Let us move forward. So the next is I, which stands for issues related to objectivity and validity. So let us read about it first. Some areas of psychology such as personality, leadership, creativity, emotions, attitude, etc. rely on soft research methods. Okay, so what are soft research methods? Let's see that, such as surveys and questionnaires, etc. सो यहाँ पे उन्होंने कहा है कि साइकोलॉजी का जो तरीका है इंफॉर्मेशन निकालने का या इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट करने का, दैट इज सॉफ्ट रिसर्च मेथड. सॉफ्ट रिसर्च मेथड का एग्जांपल भी यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है, सर्वेज, क्वेश्चनेयर्स. हमने पिछले कुछ वीडियोस में और पिछले कुछ टॉपिक्स में ये पढ़ा है कि कैसे साइकोलॉजी कलेक्ट करता है इंफॉर्मेशन, दैट इज थ्रू सर्वेज, दैट इज थ्रू ऑब्जर्वेशन. सो दीज आर कॉल्ड सॉफ्ट रिसर्च मेथड्स. ओके, so methods such as introspection and psychoanalysis are inherently subjective. इंट्रोस्पेक्शन और साइको एनालिसिस के बारे में हम पढ़ चुके हैं. इंट्रोस्पेक्शन इज दैट मेथड जहां पर आप खुद के ऊपर एक्सपेरिमेंट्स कंडक्ट करते हो, वेयर यू लुक आफ्टर द the observation of your own abilities and your own behavior. That is introspection. So ये जो है introspection and psychoanalysis, these are inherently subjective. So first of all, I think you all know what subjective is. If you all don't know, I'll tell you what subjective is. So you all need to understand what subjective is. Subjective is something which is different for everyone, whereas objective is something which is similar for everyone. Okay, example देती हूँ मैं आपको. जैसे for example, if I say that it is raining, so it is objective because that is a fact. Okay, objective is something which is a fact which is similar for everyone, whereas subjective is like if I say that I like it is raining, I like that it is raining, so that is my feeling that I like it's raining. So subjective is feeling, that's why it's different for everyone and it's not similar like objective. Okay, so यहाँ पे दिया introspection and psychoanalysis, ये सब subjective है, that is सबके लिए अलग अलग है, ये that is not similar. Okay, therefore psychology to some extent falls short on the criteria of objectivity and validity. इसलिए यहाँ पे कहा गया कि objectivity और validity psychology में नहीं है कहीं ना कहीं, क्योंकि वो ऐसे मेथड्स यूज करते हैं वो जो सबके लिए अलग अलग हो। ऐसा कोई मेथड यूज नहीं करते, ऐसा कोई थ्योरी यूज नहीं करते जहां पर सबके लिए एक हो। अगर कोई चीज एक होगी तो आप उसका पता कर सकते हो, राइट? if I'm saying that yes it is raining, so you can check out that yes it's raining or not. But if I say that I like the rain, how can you make sure that I like the rain? How can you prove that I like the rain, right? There's no validity about it. So here that's what they're saying, that psychology is not having objectivity and validity. I hope this is clear. Let's move forward. So next is I, which stands for issues related to predictability and replicability. So let us read about it first. A major goal of psychology is to predict behavior by understanding its causes. In psychology, making exact predictions is difficult as people respond differently to different situations. Human behavior is more difficult to understand or to study than particles and chemical compounds. Therefore, the test results in psychology are more varied, harder to control, and difficult to replicate. Okay, so यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है that psychology का major goal is to predict behavior, right? हमारे psychology का major goal क्या है, major काम क्या है? That is to predict behavior. Okay, लेकिन साइकोलॉजी का काम है टू प्रिडिक्ट बिहेवियर, बट साइकोलॉजी में हम एग्जैक्ट बिहेवियर प्रिडिक्ट नहीं कर सकते। क्यों नहीं कर सकते? क्योंकि हर इंसान का अलग बिहेवियर होगा, राइट? देयर आर सो मेनी टाइप्स ऑफ पीपल हु रिस्पॉन्ड टू डिफरेंट थिंग्स इन डिफरेंट सिचुएशंस. Like you could take the example of the rain. It's raining for all, right? It's raining for me, it's raining for you. But it's not necessary that if I'm gonna like the rains, you're gonna like the rain too. The situation is same, but our reaction towards the situation is different. Okay, that's why making exact predictions that everyone is gonna like the rain or everyone is gonna dislike the rain when it's raining, it's very difficult. Okay, and then it's given human behavior is more difficult to study than particles and chemical compound. That's so true, that it's very difficult to understand human behavior rather than understanding chemical compounds. Because if you know that H2 and O2 come together, it's going to be H2O, it's going to be water. But you don't know if rain is coming and another person is standing over there and with another person, कि उन दोनों में से किसको बारिश पसंद आएगी, you cannot predict, right? That's what they're arguing about. And that's what they say, that therefore the results in psychology are more varied, harder to control, and difficult to replicate. Replicate means, I said you all in the earlier topics, that replicate matlab to get the same results after doing the same experiment, right? But as we all know कि psychology में अगर आप same experiment करोगे तो आपको नहीं मिलेगा same thing. For example, in chemistry we all know कि अगर आप एक हायर मेटल को एक लोअर मेटल के साथ करोगे तो the higher metal is obviously going to have more power than the lower metal, right? But here in psychology you don't know that it's going to be the same case or not, because people are different, right? So you cannot have the same type of result with the same experiment. Okay, so it's very hard to control the uh, the the solution which is gonna come. Okay, I hope this is clear. Let's move forward. So here, last, that is O, stands for objectifying humans. So let us read about it. Some existential and humanistic psychologists from within the field criticizes that by subjecting the human behavior to experimentation, psychologists objectify persons. Since it treats human beings as things, as objects that can be examined by experiments, psychology is sometimes portrayed as dehumanizing what is most essential about being human. So, जैसा कि हमने देखा पिछले में, the other scientists, the natural science का scientists or philosophers are arguing and putting fingers on the psychology. यहाँ पर in objectifying humans में जो खुद साइकोलॉजिस्ट है, ह्यूमनिस्टिक साइकोलॉजिस्ट है, वो खुद ही क्रिटिसाइज कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, मतलब अपने खुद के फील्ड के लोगों को, खुद के फील्ड के दूसरे फील्ड के लोगों को साइकोलॉजी में ही क्रिटिसाइज कर रहे हैं, जो ह्यूमनिस्टिक साइकोलॉजिस्ट है. प्लीज रिमेंबर, ओके, हु आर ऑब्जेक्टिफाइंग दिस. So humanistic psychologists are putting fingers on द साइकोलॉजिस्ट दैट ऑब्जेक्टिफाइंग ह्यूमन, पहले आपको समझना है कि क्या होता है ऑब्जेक्टिफाइंग पर्सन। मीन्स दैट दे आर ट्रीटिंग ह्यूमन एज अ ऑब्जेक्ट जिसके ऊपर एक्सपेरिमेंट कंडक्ट किया जा सके। सो ह्यूमनिस्टिक जो साइकोलॉजिस्ट है वो बोल रहे हैं कि अगर आप लोगों को ऑब्जेक्ट की तरह कंसिडर करने लगेंगे जिन पे आप एक्सपेरिमेंट कंडक्ट करेंगे, सो साइकोलॉजी का जो बेस कोर है दैट इज कि आप लोगों को ह्यूमन बना के रखे, उनको चीजों की तरह ट्रीट ना करे। तो एग्जैक्टली उसके ऑपोजिट है, राइट? जो फंडा है उसके ऑपोजिट है ये स्टेटमेंट और ये थ्योरी, कि यहाँ पर आप एक तरह से उनको ऑब्जेक्ट बना रहे हैं एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन के लिए, और दूसरी तरफ आप कह रहे हैं कि उन्हें ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं बनाना है, उन्हें इंसानों की तरह कंसिडर करना, राइट? सो इसलिए यहाँ पे लास्ट में कहा गया है कि साइकोलॉजी समटाइम पोर्ट्रे एज डीह्यूमनाइजिंग, यानी कि डीह्यूमनाइजिंग दैट इज not considering them as humans. What is most essential about being human? Okay, I hope आपको ये समझ में आ रहा है. So that's all for today. Thank you so much. Please like, share and subscribe the video. And अगर आपको कोई भी doubt हो, please feel free to ask in the comment section. Thank you so much.